All right, hey everybody, I'm back. So I had a lot of ideas flowing to me last night, and the one I want to share today is on creativity. So for my overly emotional girlies, or just emotional in general, I won't even say overly, let's be sensitive, right? I think obviously you guys are meant to be rich. Like, duh. Water, money, we know the correlation, right? By this point, if you're watching my channel, you probably know a little something something, but if not, water and money are correlated. They go hand in hand. They are, uh, they're a magical pairing, okay? So water, let's think about it astrologically, right? So water beings, these are sensitive people. These are people who are able to be very empathetic. They are based in the emotions of themselves, but also of others. So they can relate to others well. They can get along with others well, usually, right? They know how to flow around things without rubbing anyone the wrong way. Like maybe an air sign or a fire sign might, which is more of a burn, right? And an earth sign might be very stubborn and very maybe stingy on the shadow side. So again, these are shadow traits that I'm naming. I'm not putting these signs in a box. Obviously, we have different types of people in the world choosing to do with their energy what they will. So yeah, back to what I was saying about creativity and water. So water, they are imaginative. They're able to access different realms, whether that's through writing, through meditation, through floral arrangement, through literally you name it. They are just amazing artists. They're compassionate, they're healers. These are the people who know how to flow, right? Now, creativity is one part of making money, right? Obviously, we need strategy. We need to be able to go out and get up and do the thing that we need to do, right? But we also need to have the energy behind it. We need to have the ability to speak to anyone about it, right? We need to have the ability to really connect with people. Because remember, what we say is not about what we say, it's about how we say it and how we make people feel. Do we really ever think of that, huh? Right? So that's pretty much what our water people are really great at, right? So, with that being said, creativity can be found in so many different areas of life, whether that's in a relationship that you create with someone, whether that's in a project that you're doing at work, whether that's in some art that you're creating, whether it's in nourishing a child to make sure that they are growing into the best possible version of themselves that they can be. This is the beauty and the essence of water, right? Now, where water holds their challenge is really asking and requiring their worth from other people, right? This is something that I've definitely had issues with, being a water dominant person myself. I have a lot of fire, I have some earth. However, as a water dominant person, I have had to face those instances where I need to really make sure that I'm asking for what it is that really feels right for me, right? Whether that's monetarily, whether that's in relationships and what we're accepting from others, that's something that I've definitely gained some mastery around, we'll say. Am I a master? No, but am I gaining mastery? Yes. So yes, with that being said, creativity, there's so much richness in creativity, and when we apply our worth to it properly, we are actually able to build and create something that looks like wealth, that looks like richness in a tangible way, right? So I wanted to speak to all of my feminine beings out there who have water traits, who have some water dominance going on. I love you. You're amazing. You make the world go round, literally. Where would we be without water? Hello? Like, obviously, you guys are deserving the most of things like wealth and richness. So, with that being said, moving on. So, with creativity, I challenge you to really sit down and see what feels good and what does not feel good, and make it a regular practice. I know it can be tempting in life when we're kind of just going out and about to not really see where we are letting our energy flow and what we're allowing to flow back to us. It's a constant dance because water, when it's stagnant, it's not healthy, right? So it needs to constantly be moving back and forth, and it is never going to be an exchange that is always carefully measured unless you are there holding that container more times than not, right? I hope that makes sense, but think of like a glass, right? A long tube of glass, and there's water flowing through the glass, and there's actually water flowing back through the glass too. So it's coming from different sources. Now, water staying still in this tube, it's not really going anywhere. It's not doing anything. It's not picking anything up. It's not really moving, right? So obviously this is that instance in which we are just not doing anything, right? With our emotions, it's not flowing to anyone, not going anywhere, right? Now, if this water is flowing back and forth, there's an exchange, right? Now, this water has the opportunity to pick up something and carry it somewhere else, right? This water is flowing and moving. There's currency, right? Remember, money and currency go together, right? Now, this water obviously is moving. This water can create. This water can expand, right? So this is the water that we want. This is what our emotional world, what we want in our emotional world to become. Stagnant water attracts mosquitoes. They're bugs and they're pests. We don't like them, right? We don't want stagnant water. It breeds nasty germs, nasty molds, right? It helps mosquitoes thrive. We don't want that, right? This is where we need to acknowledge that if we're not dealing with something that is maybe locked in our subconscious, again, water, that's something that can fester and become ugly and nasty, and it also blocks your flow in general in your daily life. How can you continue to move through life when you're not addressing your subconscious and your emotions, right? So that's stagnant water. Now with currency, oh my goodness, with currency, you can come up with ideas. Ideas flow easily to you because your subconscious is not blocked. You're able to receive things more. You're able to notice things from others more, because when you're not locked in a certain mindset and emotional state, you're actually able to process things more easily because you're living in a state of ease and flow, right? So obviously we want to be careful and more have a more regular practice of addressing our subconscious, and paying attention to our dreams as well is so important with us water dominant people. Usually that's when we look into our dreams, and our dreams are very they pop, right? These aren't the like weird details of the day mushed together, you know, in your subconscious. Like the things that get you emotional and reactive and clearly have some symbolism in them that are trying to tell you something, those are the dreams you want to pay attention to and process in order to get back into that state of ease and flow and getting those ideas, being able to connect with people, being able to just have that state, that being, right? That currency within just flowing, right? So yeah, I really hope that this was helpful. Remembering that water is currency and really getting into your own journey with your water is so important. And from one water dominant to another, I appreciate you and what you contribute to this beautiful world. Obviously, we are in a state in the world right now where the feminine is rising, being respected more, being paid, honey, you know, things like that. So I want to acknowledge you here and say thank you for being here. You're amazing. When you heal, the world heals. And I'm so grateful to be alive in this time period, right? This is honestly, there's a lot changing, and I am so grateful. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.